Well, the other thing everybody
Louise,
likes.
this is really fucking annoying.
We've had a busy week. Heather got her suit fitted. We got drunk twice on weeknights.
But high class drunk.
High class
Wine
drunk.
research drunk.
Great, isn't it? You know, I'm going to pick a grey one.
Yeah, we went to Edinburgh to have my suit fitted for
For-
Louise's sister's wedding. And it was a really nice experience actually. You have to pick your fabric and you have to be measured and you have to kind of flex your biceps so that they can measure them at their widest moment. Which is also
That doesn't
quite
happen to
exciting.
everyone. Heather requested that her bicep
No.
got measured. And then we hung out with my cousin and things got out of control in Good Brothers.
Yeah.
Good Brothers has an excellent set of like natural wines by the glass, and you can try a bunch of different things. I love wine by the glass because you don't necessarily want to invest in a full bottle, especially if there's only two of you and you're not sure whether you'll like it or whether it's what you want to drink for the rest of the evening. So wine by the glass is why I'm like,
Actually, we're starting our campaign for the new unit of measurement for wine to be maybe 70ml or 80ml, maybe 75.
whoa,
Yeah, you like that?
yeah, it's good. So before we kick off our first ever Q&A,
Before we kick it off, what?
before we kick off,
Oh, we're
let's
going to talk
what
about the
we're
wine.
drinking.
So, this is an Albarino.
Albarino.
Okay.
Yeah, it's from Deborah Wines.
So it's a Galician wine. It's from Spain, obviously. What else do you have
From
to say?
Rias Baixas.
Okay, Rias Baixas.
We're going to have this tonight
Um,
with some salmon. Rias Baixas is on the coast, so it goes really well with seafood. So as you know, we're kind of recent converts to white wine. Things are changing.
What had happened was we had both, like, maybe sampled or tried quite a lot of shit white wine.
Anyway, we should kick off our Q&A.
Do you want to do this question first? Because it involves us tasting something minging.
No, we'll do that. We'll do
We'll do
that
that
last.
later. Morag from Bishop Briggs asks, what wine glasses do we recommend?
I love that Morag from Bishop Briggs. Like, it's like old
Like
school.
children's TV presenters, yeah.
Like Tony from just outside
Tony from
Glasgow.
Edinburgh.
Yeah, it says.
I'm going to continue to do
Anyway.
that, is that alright?
But we don't know where everybody's from.
Well,
Okay, so
just
the
guess.
next person will be like from the internet,
Yeah.
says.
She asked us to recommend wine glasses, so what she meant was, or after further discussion, what wine goes with what glasses. And actually, we like to kind of we're renegades in this field, actually, aren't we? We like to. Louise has been known to take her white wine and pour it into a red wine glass because she preferred the red wine glass on that day, and actually vice versa.
So I like the glass being. Oh, that's got significantly darker.
And what? We've still got the lights, so we okay?
I know, but I'll need
You want to
that.
check the exposure?
Well, the other thing everybody
Louise,
likes.
this is really fucking annoying. These are white wine glasses, and generally they're a wee bit smaller. I think they're smaller because you don't have the same
Like, it's not the same.
complexity of aroma that needs to kind of swoosh around in them. So basically, any wine glass, white wine, red wine, you want room in there for it to kind of the aromas to kind of release and breathe around in the bowl, and you use this bowl for kind of like sniffing the wine.
Because actually, you're most of the time when you're tasting, you're actually smelling things.
What's the other one? Louise,
I know.
honestly, we need to just.
Enough complaining from you. Everybody on the internet really seems to like these ones.
That's a white wine glass as
This is a
well.
white one. We have a
Red
bigger
wine.
version of that. These are actually from Jamie Oliver. I got them from Christmas.
So, but what you really want is like a kind of nice, like bowl for your wine.
For your
There are different red wine glasses for different types of wine. So there's like a Beaujolais glass, You've got your Bordeaux type glasses.
If you really
but
want to go that far.
if you want to go that far, then again, that's a thing that's Googleable, but we quite like to have a wee bit of fun with it. As long as you've got your red wine not in like a tiny little tumbler or a sherry glass.
A flute is kind of, because you can't really get your nose in.
So if you look at this glass, I'm going to give that just a little tiny swirl, and
She can get her full face almost in.
I don't need to, all the aromas are kind of mixing around in this part here, and it's basically to do with just the alcohol evaporating off the surface, and you can smell all these amazing things.
A lot of people love a champagne flute. We don't mind a champagne flute, but we actually like a champagne saucer more. That's bogging.
For our sparkling
For
wines.
our sparkling wine. Anyway, next
Right,
question.
so no, there's also, sorry, Morag,
It's a really long question.
there's a stemless wine glass as well, which we quite like because you can kind of hold it and it warms your wine up. A lot of people hate these. They think that they're uncouth, but we absolutely love them. So, and we
Do
can,
people think they're uncouth?
yes,
They're
we
they're from LSA as well, we should say.
we can fit this in our dishwasher as well. The next question, is from fellow internet person, James versus Burger.
So James from the internet.
James versus Burger
'Cause
from
we
the internet.
do not know where he lives yet. I think
No.
we'll be invited round for dinner though.
I reckon. So James versus Burger asks.
Invite
So
them.
you're
We'll bring
you're,
the wine.
you're told, because you're supposed to store wines, particularly wines with corks in them. You're supposed to store them lying flat, like we have over here. But he's asked, why do they stand bottles upright in shops or supermarkets? So I think that's a really good question. Basically, if you've got a wine in a shop or a supermarket, it's not being stored there.
That's
They
just
don't
display.
they don't put all their wines out. They basically just put some of the wines out, and they're there for display. So the idea is it's quite a quick turnover. Some shops have wines which are maybe kind of vintage wines, or maybe wines that are a bit more special that might lie in the shelves for a bit longer. And
We've
they,
actually
and they sorry, can I finish my sentence? And they they do actually store the wines lying flat.
I was going to say, we've actually been in a store where they've wanted to display the labels, but they're really old wines, so they've stored them upside down, so like at an angle, so you can still see the label. You have to do that though. The reason that they store them lying down is to keep the cork moist, because there's nothing worse than a dry cork. Other things to consider when you're storing wine is harsh lights. You'll notice that in earlier episode we had a light behind the display of wine, which I thought was lovely.
It looks gorgeous, but we've had a lot of arguments about it.
We've had a lot of arguments about it because bright light on wine will spoil it, and that's why like bottles are green and stuff, because it would be amazing to be able to look at the colour of wine just through the bottle, but it would spoil. That kind of leads us on a little bit to a different question, so I'm going to try and link them together.
Why are
which is-
some screw cap wines off when
So-
you buy them? That's from Sandy Wright.
So generally what happens with corks is basically like bacteria will get in and it'll spoil the wine. That happens in actually quite a high percentage, and we've talked about that before on like episode 4 or something. But with screw caps, that's not in there, and no air is going to get in there either, so it's going to be other things that spoil the wine, such as super bright light shining through the bottle, or the other point is like if the wine's been jiggled a lot. Back in the olden days, they had a street in Logroño where they wouldn't let horse and carriages go up and down it, because they thought that the vibrations would ruin the wine, because it is a chemical compound, so it will separate. So actually it's something that we have to think about, because ours sits next to our washing machine. We put that on every day because we are dirty
girls.
So we might have to move our wine now that I've been thinking about it. The other fault it could also be is the fact that it could be shite. So what you're tasting isn't the wine being off, it's the fact that it's shite.
Or, on rare occasions, the cap can also be faulty. The next question's from Jackie, from South Lanarkshire. She actually asks a great question, which is sherry a wine, and how's it made? So,
Thanks for your question, Jackie.
brilliant question. Sherry is a wine, it's a fortified wine.
What do you mean by a fortified wine, Heather?
Okay, fortified wine is just a wine where a wee bit of extra alcohol's been added.
And why did they add that extra alcohol back in the day?
Historically, it was to preserve the wine. It wasn't to get English people or British people a little bit more steaming. It was just to preserve the wine, but by doing that, they created all these amazing things, like sherry, port, Madeira, Buckfast. All of these things were created.
Those classic drinks.
All of these classic drinks were created by adding a wee bit of extra alcohol to the wine to fortify it. You'll notice that you can get both dry and sweet fortified wines, dry and sweet
I
sherry.
don't really like dry fortified wines.
It's often alcohol. It's often brandy that's added, but not exclusively. So yes, sherry's a wine. It's a fortified wine. You know.
Mums love a sherry.
Mums love a sherry, but so do we. Hope that answers your question, Jackie.
I love that you're ticking the questions off.
Thank you. I'm very prepared them all.
I know. Got a wee jotter.
What would you like to answer next?
Most underrated wine producing region. This will be interesting because Heather and I haven't conferred on this.
We haven't compared and we haven't actually really properly researched, so we don't know.
This is pure personal speculation.
Right, you answer it then, because I haven't thought about it.
Really? Well, okay, so last week we did the kind of Portuguese episode, and we think that is super good value for money. You are getting a big bang for your buck.
It's not necessarily underrated. It's hard to find something underrated nowadays because there so much goes into like finding new wine regions and finding the best wine, and people write about it.
Because people generally...
rate it.
The whole of what would be classed as the New World, which is basically everything outside Europe that produces wine, people now rate that, so it's not really underrated anymore. People talk to me all the time about Chile being really good value for money. I've had a couple of wines from Chile and I have not liked them.
If we're talking about value for money though, and they're not necessarily underrated, but in terms of value for money, checking out wines from South Africa at the moment is a good idea.
I think South African, like even if it's like a Bordeaux blend or something like that.
Yeah.
We had a Cab Sav the other day at a tasting.
We were at a bit of a wine tasting yesterday. We had Cab Sav. South African Cab Sav from these are the suppliers. Lucia and Co.
Yeah, we really, really liked it. Everything we've had from South Africa we've really, really liked, and it's not really one that people get like enthusiastic about. They're not like, I only drink South African. You get people who only drink wines from Italy, and you only drink wines from France, or giant Aussie fans or that, but you don't really have the...
I only drink Malbec.
The other thing...
I only drink Argentinian Malbec.
Yeah. So, the other thing about most... I mean, if you even look at this one, sustainability is quite a big thing over there.
This is this is a South African Pinotage that we've been really enjoying over the last couple of nights. And it's...
This was a lovely gift from my lovely sister.
It's absolutely gorgeous. I really like a wee Pinotage. Part of the reason that South African wines are such good value for money at the moment is it's one of the kind of regions that hasn't been so affected by Brexit, and that's because basically their currency is kind of in the same shitstorm as ours is at the moment.
But yeah, I'm going to go with South African wines are a little bit underrated.
South Africa, Portugal.
Yeah, we had a great time at that tasting. Thanks very much for Jane for sorting that out for us, our favourite friend Jane.
Okay, I hope that answers your question, Jen from Glasgow. Okay.
She also has asked us what our favourite cheese is. I have two favourite cheeses.
Is one of them Babybel?
I like Colson Bassett Stilton, which is available from both George Muse and
Ian
Mellis. And we also like the Truffle Pecorino, which is available from both of those places. So
Zing. Those are my two favourite cheeses as well.
To be totally honest, I love every kind of cheese.
So we've ticked off the cheese question.
Why don't we have cheese now?